So here's the explanation for this trick. For this trick, you need 26 blank faced cards and you need 26 blank backed cards. Okay, and you can find these cards here in any magic store online, or if you're living in a city where you can go to a magic shop, and I'm pretty sure you will find one of those decks. And once you have them, you're ready to get started. Now your setup looks like that. You take your blank faced cards, place them facing up on the table, and then you basically take your blank backed cards and just drop them on top, like so. So that's basically your whole setup. And before you start with your performance, you have to memorize the last facing up card of the blank backed cards, okay? So in this case, the last facing up card here is the 9 of diamonds. So this is going to be your key card. So memorize it because this is going to be important in a moment. Once you have done that, you're ready to get started with the performance. Now, once you have a spectator in front of you, you just spread about half of the cards. Okay, don't flash the blank cards here, maybe a third of the cards. And as you're talking, you do this and you say, I have here a pack of playing cards, and then turn over the pack and spread the cards until you see your key card, which was in this case the 9 of diamonds. So as you're talking, you spread the cards and you say that you're going to give about half of the cards to the spectator. As you're saying this, you're looking for the 9 of diamonds right here. Leave the 9 of diamonds on the deck here and place it on the table like so. Again, be careful not to flash the blank cards underneath the 9 of diamonds. Now you take these cards over here, spread them in front of the spectator and just ask him to pick one of those cards. Now in this case, let's pretend the spectator wants the Queen of Hearts. So the spectator is going to touch it, so just want him to touch it because you don't want him to take it, because if it takes it, it's possible that he will look at the bag or anything like that, and you don't want this to happen because the bag of this card is blank. So you just say, please touch any card you wish, and usually the spectator is going to pick a card from the middle, and normally he's just going to touch it. In this case, I'm just using the Queen of Hearts because it is easy to memorize. Now you take the Queen of Hearts, show it to the spectator here. Okay, it doesn't matter if you see the blank back here because you are the magician. You take it and you lose it facing up in your pack over here. Now I normally just take the pack, refill it from the back, because if you refill it from here, it's possible that the spectator sees here the blank cards. So I just take it, refill it from the back and stick it inside the deck. If you don't want this, you can just take it and push it inside the deck, like so. Now you show it for a second, and then just square up the cards, and you're ready for the second part. Now you explain to the spectator that normally magicians would square up those two packs and shuffle these cards into each other. And then you mention that you're going to do it a little bit different. You're going to say that you're going to mix up the cards facing down into facing up. And as you're explaining this, you take your pack, so the selection is here, and you just turn it over as you're explaining what you're going to do. Now you basically take those two packs and you really shuffle them into each other, so you have to give the cards a riffle shuffle. And the first card you're going to riffle off is going to be your key card, the 9 of diamonds. So you basically riffle the 9 of diamonds, and then you shuffle the rest of the pack, like so, and just shuffle them into each other. At this point, you're going to say to the spectator that you really want to show him that the cards are messed up, and you spread the deck. Again, be careful not to flash the bottom card, because this is going to be your key card, which has a blank back. So as you're spreading the back pack, you just leave the bottom 2 or 3 cards on the table, so you don't flash the blank card here. Again, now the spectator can clearly see that the cards are messed up. Now you square up the pack and place it facing up, in this case, on the table, so your key card is looking towards yourself. Now you explain to the spectator that by just snapping your fingers, all the cards will turn to the same direction. And by just flicking the deck, every card is going to disappear except for his or her selection, which is going to be the Queen of Hearts. Once you have said that, the spectator is of course going to be kind of surprised, and he's not going to think that something like that is possible. You take the deck, you snap your fingers, and you just say that the cards are now looking in the same direction. And now you say, as promised, I'm going to make the cards disappear. So here is, in my opinion, the hardest part of this trick. It's actually not hard, it just needs a little bit of practice. You basically have to perform the Cardini change, or you can, I don't know what you call it, you can call it the ego change. You basically have to control the top card here, the 9 of diamonds, facing down to the bottom of the pack. I prefer to do the Cardini change. That means I just flick the deck and I use these fingers to pull it here and control it to the bottom. Okay, there are a lot of explanations on YouTube which are explaining the Cardini change, so you can go there and search it on YouTube. I'm just going to put the name of this change somewhere on the screen now, so you can go and search it. And of course, if you know another change which will control the card facing down to the bottom, you can perform this one too. But I think the Cardini change is a very visual and quick move that will control the card facing down to the bottom, and at the same time it's a very nice change. And once you have done that, you basically take the pack, you show that the top card is blank, and then you just spread the deck to show that actually every card is now blank, except for one card, the Queen of Hearts, and that's basically the end of the trick. And of course the spectator doesn't know that if you would turn over the pack, all the cards are messed up again. But of course the picture they see is this picture over here. And that's basically the explanation for this trick. Now I'm going to give you some additional tips for this effect. Now when you're making the setup, that means when you're taking out the blank backed cards, try to take random cards. So you shouldn't take just clubs and hearts or diamonds and spades, because that would be too obvious. And don't try to take just 13 red and 13 black cards. Okay, since it should look really random, you can take maybe more black cards than red ones. So that would make the cards look different and random. Once you have done that, you just go to your original setup position. And when you're looking for the 9 of diamonds, don't tilt the deck, okay? Like when you lift up the deck, the spectator would see the blank cards, and you don't want this to happen. So you could just hold these cards here so you can see them from the top, and the spectator sees the cards from the top. And now, since you know for which card you're looking for, the 9 of diamonds, you can stop it here, place these cards on the table, and give these to the spectator or spread them in front of him. Now, if you're afraid of flashing the blank cards, you can memorize the second card here, the 2 of clubs, because then you would have one more card behind it. So when you're looking for the 2 of clubs, here it is, and you know there is one more card behind it, the 9 of diamonds, and now you're again in the same position. Okay? So these are very important tips for you. And if you want to perform this outside, okay, I think you noticed that you need a table for this, because you have to spread the card, you have to place this pack on the table. If you want to perform it outside, you need a card case, because you will need it a lot if you perform it outside. And of course you need a standard one, so you should take this paper out of the box. Now if you perform it outside, you do the same thing. Basically look for your 9 of diamonds, and once you're here, you don't spread this pack. You basically square it up and give it to the spectator, so he should hold on this pack. Okay? And as he's doing this, you have to take this pack. Since you're not able to place it on the table, you're going to place it into your card case. Okay? And as this pack is in the card case, you can hold it yourself in your pocket, or you can give it to another part of the audience. And as they're holding on the card case, you're going to spread the pack yourself. The spectator touches the cards, you take it, give the cards back to the spectator, and now go on with your classic routine here. Take out the cards out of the box, place it here, okay, and then go on with the trick. So you would say just turn over the pack, shuffle them into each other, and then just flick the deck, snap your fingers, and a classic triumph effect. So in my opinion, it's easy if you perform it somewhere very can use a table, and if you want to do it outside, then you would have to practice it a little bit more because you need a little bit of more objects to perform it. So that's been said. I hope you enjoy.